While the spotlights have been on Amorim's tactics, Bruno's creativity, and United's attacking reshuffle, one man has quietly been the backbone of it all. Matthijs de Ligt has gone from being labelled too slow for England to becoming one of the most reliable and aggressive defenders in the Premier League. This is the story of United's most underrated performer this season. When De Ligt signed from Bayern Munich, the reaction was unkind. The Mirror called him too heavy-footed for the Premier League. The Athletic questioned his agility. Even some fans wondered if United had signed another defender who would struggle with the pace of English football. But De Ligt came in with a resume that few defenders his age can match. Captain of Ajax at 19, experience in Italy and Germany, and multiple league titles. He didn't come here to prove he could play, he came here to lead. And that's exactly what he's done this season. Not with big quotes or interviews, but with his performances. Now let's look at the numbers because this is where De Ligt's season really stands out. These are metrics that matter for a central defender. Duels won, aerial duels, interceptions and defensive contributions and tackles. So De Ligt may not have Saliba's passing numbers or Van Dijk's aerial dominance, but look at his tackles. Nearly 3 tackles per 90, so far more than the other top defenders in his comparison. He's aggressive, he steps in, he doesn't wait for danger. That aggression is exactly what Amorim's system demands. United defend on the front foot, pressing high, closing space and forcing turnovers. De Ligt is at the center of it, timing his tackles, using his body strength and reading danger before it develops. These stats aren't flashy, they don't trend on social media, but they define consistency, duels, interceptions and defensive actions that can make a team solid. One of the biggest differences in United's defense this season has been attitude. Last year the backline often looked hesitant, now it's proactive. De Ligt sets the tone, you can see him yelling at Euro, Maguire or Shaw to hold the line, stepping forward to intercept passes or winning duels in tight spaces. He's not just physical, he's smartly aggressive. He knows when to foul, when to delay, when to put a striker on the floor early to establish control. And you don't lead by shouting alone, you lead by example. He has repeatedly read dangerous situations and dangerous passes early, made clean tackles and directed teammates to reset shape. That's command and that's leadership. Now let's compare him to the best centre-backs in the league this season. Van Dijk, Saliba and Gabriel. Most of them play in more settled defensive units. United's backline has rotated constantly, yet De Ligt has been the constant. His duel win rate is right up there, his tackle volume higher than the others, and he's been one of the few defenders actually taking responsibility under pressure. He's not flashy, he's not pinging Hollywood passes, but if we're talking reliability, physical dominance and mentality, he's in the conversation with the very best. So why isn't Matthijs de Ligt talked about more? Defensive brilliance rarely trends in social media or in highlight reels. People notice a striker's goal or a midfielder's creative pass, but the subtle actions that prevent goals often go unnoticed. This season, amidst United's inconsistent start, De Ligt has been one of the few players performing at a consistent high level. He's reliable, aggressive and composed under pressure. Take his recent performance playing on the right side of Ruben Amorim's 3-man defense alongside Maguire and Shaw. He barely put a foot wrong. He was strong and aggressive in his duels, composed in possession, and he ensured his man never got the better of him. His stats were impressive. 5 tackles, 1 clearance, 1 of 2 aerial duels won, 1 ground duel, 31 touches and 78 pass accuracy. But the numbers over the season show something even more telling. According to Data Mob, De Ligt has won more defensive duels than any other Premier League centre-back, with 37 duels won. Fulham's Calvin Bassey is second with 34, followed by Chris Richards, Nadi Makelele and Bafoda Diakite. This is a clear indicator of his dominance in one of the league's most impressive and important defensive metrics. He doesn't just defend, he imposes himself on the game. Every tackle, interception and duel won gives his teammates confidence to press higher and play with composure. That is leadership that doesn't make headlines but changes the course of games. This is why he is underrated. De Ligt quietly does the hard work week after week in a team that has struggled for consistency. In duels won, aggression, leadership and composure under pressure, he's arguably the best in the league. De Ligt isn't flashy. He's not loud online, but he's been the backbone of United's defensive revival. He's tough, vocal, consistent and brave. He's answered every question thrown at him when he arrived. If you actually watch the games, you'll see a centre-back who's among the best in the league right now. If you agree, drop a like, subscribe and let us know in the comments where you rank De Ligt among the Premier League defenders this season. Numbers don't lie, he's not underrated by accident. He's underrated because he's quietly doing his job week after week.